everyone! I'm Rosie and welcome back to my channel! As soon as October hits, all I want is chocolate fun-sized candy. But have you ever looked at the ingredients of commercial Halloween candy? All those preservatives and chemicals are the real scare of Halloween. I'll show you some of my favorite chocolate treats that are super fast and easy to make at home. The dried apricots are so sweet and chewy with a slight nuttiness from the sesame seed. If you like crunch bars, you'll love these mini chocolate bars with puffed quinoa. They're so thin and addictive. Last but not least, these chocolate-covered pretzels have that classic salty sweet taste and are extra special with the sprinkles. Let's get started. I'm going to prepare some boiling water to melt the chocolate. If you've seen my other videos, you know the drill. If I ever need boiling water, I just start it in the kettle to save time. In a heat-proof bowl, I'm measuring out 2 cups of high-quality dark Belgian chocolate. I like Halibut chocolate because it has no artificial flavors or preservatives and melts so smoothly. Place the bowl of chocolate over the boiling water to melt it. You could melt the chocolate in the microwave instead, but I like to do it over boiling water so I can keep a closer eye on the consistency. Halibut is my favorite brand that I've used for literally decades. I use it in all my homemade chocolate and whenever I need chocolate chips for baking. But feel free to use any chocolate you have on hand. If you have a few plain chocolate bars or a bag of chocolate chips laying around, you can use those. This is enough for all 3 of these chocolate treats. If you want to just make one of them, just melt less chocolate. Once the chocolate has mostly melted, I turn off the heat to avoid burning it. The residual heat will finish melting the chocolate and will be nice and smooth. I've prepared a baking sheet lined with parchment. I like these unsulfured dried apricots, which are usually dark brown in color. I'm just dipping the apricots halfway in the chocolate and then placing them on the baking sheet. I have to admit that the bright orange dried apricots would look better dipped in chocolate. However, they usually have sulfur dioxide as a preservative, which I try to avoid. If you come across any bright orange apricots without sulfur, please let me know in the comments. You could use any dried fruit you have on hand. Dried orange slices, apple rings, banana chips, or pineapple would be wonderful. The great thing about making your own chocolate is that you can use whatever you have lying around and experiment with different flavors. You can let your imagination run wild. I like to sprinkle a little bit of sesame seed on top because I think it looks nice and adds a subtle nuttiness. You could also sprinkle a bit of flaky sea salt if you want. Let's move on to the pretzels. I'm dipping them about 2/3 of the way into the chocolate instead of dipping them all the way so I get more of the salty pretzel flavor, and frankly, it's just easier this way. If you want to dip the pretzel completely, you can use 2 forks to dip it into the chocolate and let the excess chocolate drip off before placing it on the parchment. If your chocolate thickens up a bit from cooling down, go ahead and warm it back up over the boiling water. To the remainder of the melted chocolate, I'm adding 1/4 cup of puffed quinoa to make the mini crunch bars. You could certainly use any puffed grain such as puffed rice, but I like the smaller size of the puffed quinoa. The quinoa also has a great nutty flavor and stays nice and crunchy in the chocolate. You could really add anything to the chocolate here. Some crushed peanuts or candy cane pieces would be so good, or you can keep the chocolate bars plain. I love these little silicone mini chocolate bar molds. They are so cute. You don't need these though, and I'll show you in a little bit what to do if you don't have anything like this. I'm just spooning a little bit of the chocolate into each mold. You all know how I'm not fussy, so I'm just going to get the chocolate in there and then smooth everything out later. My bars aren't perfect and end up having an edge to them. If you want more clean looking bars, just be more precise when spooning the chocolate. If you have extra chocolate or don't want to use molds, you can make these little chocolate discs. They're so cute and you can make them whatever size you like. I typically let the chocolate solidify at room temperature, but if you want to speed up the process, or if your kitchen is very warm, you can put it in the fridge. Once the chocolate has completely hardened, pick them off the parchment and transfer them to an airtight container. Okay, let's be completely honest here. Half of them usually end up in my belly before they make it into the jar, but no one's counting, right? Out of these 3 chocolate treats, which one's your favorite? The apricot's probably my favorite. The sweet, rich flavor and chewy texture make these taste almost like chocolate-covered caramels. See how easy it is to make chocolate treats at home? What kind of chocolates do you want to make? I'd love to hear your ideas in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more easy cooking and baking videos, and say hi in the comments. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!